The office of U.S. Senator Larry Craig, Chairman of the Committee on Veterans Affairs, presents the Washington Report.
Welcome to the Washington Report. I am Iris Amador. Activity in Congress is winding down as legislators travel to their home states to participate in different events during the month of August. Before leaving, senators approved a measure to allow oil and gas explorations in specific areas of the Gulf of Mexico to increase domestic energy supplies. With this summer's record high temperatures spiking natural gas prices, consumers are pressed with soaring energy costs when they pay their electrical bill and each time they stop at a gas station. The Senate voted in favor of increasing the country's energy supply by opening 8.3 million acres in the Gulf of Mexico for oil and gas drilling. It is believed the area has 1.2 billion barrels of oil and almost 6 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. No drilling would be allowed within 125 miles of the coast of Florida. Some leases would be more than 230 miles from the state's western beaches. U.S. Senator Larry Craig says environmental concerns were addressed.
There isn't a senator on this floor who doesn't appreciate the value and the beauty of Florida's vast coastlines and recognize that they're not only a Florida treasure, they are a national treasure. And we know we have the technology today, as has been clearly demonstrated over the last 2 decades, to drill not very far offshore anywhere and make sure that it is done in an environmentally sound way to protect the beauty of those beaches and the vistas of those marvelous coastlines that make up the great state of Florida.
85% of the country's coastal waters have been off limits for energy development since 1981. Resources in the area the Senate bill now opens are said to be enough to heat and cool almost 6 million homes for 15 years. Now, the U.S. Capitol is not only stage to discussions of national importance, but also the home of historical treasures. Each year, 3 to 5 million people from around the world come to see them. We think you should have the opportunity to observe them as well. Erin Bulcher has snapshots of one of the most beautiful rooms in the Capitol.
Today we will show you a rarely seen part of the U.S. Capitol, the old Senate chamber. Not every tourist gets to see it because the chamber is only open to the public when the Senate is in recess. This chamber was in use from 1810 to 1859. Issues such as territorial expansion and slavery were aggressively debated in this room. The chamber was restored to its 1850s appearance just in time for the nation's bicentennial, but some of the pieces in the room are original, like the Vice President's desk and the wooden shelf called a bill hopper. As the bill progressed through the legislative process, it moved up. The upper shelves have less space between them because so few bills got to become law. The portrait of George Washington above the Vice President's dais is one of the first and most significant art purchases of the Senate. It hangs in its original location. The eagle and shield symbolized the strength and unity of the then young republic. This room was also occupied by the Supreme Court from 1860 to 1935. More recently, the chamber has been used for closed-door sessions when senators were dealing with classified issues.
Congress is back in session in September. We will be back too with another Washington Report. I am Iris Amador. Once again, thank you for being with us today.